Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here with special guests. Why don't you introduce yourself, guys?
I will not introduce my... Okay, fine.
Hello.
Hello, greetings, everyone. I am Aquarius, and this, obviously, is Josh.
Jim, for short. No, not.
Whoa, what is this?
His name is not Jim.
Jim, you say? No, there is no Jim.
More or less, I've turned full captioning and all sorts of things on. And the one thing I'm really loving about the main menu already is it's a computer inside a computer inside of a computer inside of a computer. You could say we could call it Computeception.
Bad puns all
Okay, we both know that really didn't need to go in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna add the
already
Inception
failed.
noise just for the hell of it. Ironically, I just
play
said I'd
Mike
add
Heist.
the more or less.
Like I said,
It's
just
implemented.
Okay, well,
it's
focusing,
implemented for a
focusing.
controller, so this will be really good. I'm really excited about this. So let's begin the game. Actually, before we do that, I want to refresh with you guys. The Stanley Parable originally, guys, was a Half-Life 2 mod that got very popular in 2011. Because of that, the people that made the Stanley Parable mod were able to go further and create it into an official game that was released on Steam Greenlight right now for $12 until October the 23rd.
Huzzah.
On Steam. Only, I think.
Huzzah.
Stanley Parable might be released on console, who knows.
Either way, let's get this started. I'm growing impatient. My scales are
Yes,
starting to
now we
fall.
shall play the Binding of...
This is not the Binding of Isaac.
Is it?
Just fail.
Isn't it?
Come on. Gordon Freeman, let's go.
Oh, look, there's a keyboard. I'm really liking the music and everything.
I'm not hearing a darn thing.
Let's try not to talk over the narrator, though. I really like the narrator's voice. Oh, dude. Dude, this is where I ended in the first... in the demo. Where you end in the demo is where you start in the game. That's awesome.
All of his co-workers
Makes
were gone.
sense.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Man, they
I
left
think
me
I might
out
have
alone on
skipped
this.
the opening cutscene by clicking by accident.
Fail.
We'll try that
Like the
again.
video.
Begin
We
the
gotta
game
do some
again.
Let's just add this to the top 5 funny moments later.
Let's try quitting the game and then starting it again and seeing if there actually is an opening. There has to be. Every game has an opening. Yeah!
This is the story
There is an
of
opening.
a man named
Shh.
Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Give me a bit of game
And then
dev
one
type
day,
tunes.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So, this is actually very familiar from the opening of the Stanley Parable mod, but I doubt it's exactly the same. As you can see, these hallways are bizarrely different from the Half-Life 2 mod. Blake and I actually did do some gameplay of that, and it was pretty interesting. More or less, you guys will understand the Stanley Parable when we compare the game to the mod, which is what we're going to do on the channel for a bit.
You ever wonder if he just came into work On the wrong day.
Yeah, it was everyone's day. Honestly enough.
I'm gonna
That would've
sit
been
down
perfect.
here and wait for orders to come from this monitor for the rest of my life. Oh wait, no, nobody is here. Nobody is here at all. Where is my boss? He's probably vacationing in Fiji for like the 28th freaking time. This is just fan tucking fastic.
Actually, no. My older brother, he basically one of his job. There's like there's basically this annual event where they do like bonding, where they go to like Brunswick go bowling or something.
No. Let's take a page from
team building.
Let's take a page from SpongeBob's book. It's National No Stanley Day. Fuck you, Stanley. We're out of here for a day.
Even though I'm just like the building.
You've been gone for 24 weeks. What the hell? Yeah, we kind of milked it a little. A little?
I've been waiting to type binary on that computer for hours.
Okay, you press A to interact with things.
All I've been pressing is 1 and 0 for the past year.
You gotta be able to jump, right? Right. Oh, you get an achievement if you keep trying to jump. It's called You Can't Jump. Did you see that?
His legs are broken.
No, it's just the fact that he can't jump. Like, this is a thing.
Well, that and he doesn't have a real reason to jump.
This is a thing that I commented. He's like, jumping? What is? I never learned how to jump.
Jump rope? Blasphemy.
More or less, the narrator sounds really interesting, so I think you guys will be surprised when you actually watch the video. It'll be pretty interesting.
All of his co-workers were
Oh,
gone.
just checking. You
What
do
did it
have
mean?
subtitles.
Stanley
Very
decided
good.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I never went to the...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Jim! Perry!
One didn't even
Susan!
have a computer.
Count Horula! Count
seriously?
Dracula!
Biffalo!
Biffalo! Samuel! Fred!
Darren!
Frank!
Samus! Wait,
All my
Samus.
nearest
You know, it doesn't
and
really
dearest
matter
friends.
because he always stays in that room. Does it ever look like he comes out to talk to his fellow employees?
He needs
He's a
window.
worker. Of course he does, Viral. You socialize in the
Called lunch
employee lounge.
I don't know about that. Stanley
way-
seemed happy to sit on his computer all
Just
day.
for the record, there was no meeting room in the original Stanley Parable, so that's something new.
Thanks. Turn around.
There was an employee lounge.
Go back to one of those desks. You notice one of the desks doesn't have a computer. That one needed to be off.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
like
look
an
at that one
objective
desk.
turn
That
off.
one desk did not have a computer. Right there. 432.
Yeah,
No computer. Just a pencil sharpener.
432.
Portal. Oh, I know. 432 is most certainly a pencil pusher.
Exactly.
His job is to sharpen the pencils for the others.
Ooh,
Someone
is
who
there a
has
door
pencil
here?
sharpener on his desk
I'm gonna
and a
keep trying to
computer
interact with everything because there could be Easter eggs in this game.
Like a portal opens.
Oh, that'd be fucking crazy. What happens if we turn off all these computers, I wonder?
Well, then
Stanley
your
went
employees
around
hate you
touching
for life when you
every
get
little
back
thing
because
in
they
the
didn't save their
office,
work.
But it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Apparently he reacted to the fact that I touched every little thing.
The narrator broke the fourth wall.
Oh wow, yeah.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Now you see why I love it so much. They've actually got like sensory objects in this game that actually sense when you're doing stupid shit. And if you linger too long, the narrator reacts sometimes. So that's what I love about this. It feels
Just take a
so
copy.
realistic. Like, you realize like the idea of games is that you integrate with the environment around you.
Really, all you have to do is just sit at a computer and play some Galaga for 5 hours.
No, I'm gonna play Tetris. Fuck Calgo.
Galaga, sir.
Galago, I don't care.
Wait, what's that cup say?
The cup?
Does
No,
it
not that one,
perhaps
the other
say?
The one on the file cabinet.
I hate Mondays.
It's a grumpy cup.
Classic.
Garfield cup.
No, forget Grumpy Cat. We have Grumpy Cup.
Click
The
literally
latest in internet
everything.
memes.
That's the objective here, guys.
More coffee.
Maybe they'll react.
When
This is a
Stanley
pretty
came to a set of
bland
2 open
office.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
First, we're gonna do what the game tells us. This is basically the same as the modification. You enter the door on your
You
left.
should have went the right one. Or lol.
we're gonna do obedience.
We'll
and then we're
betray
gonna do
the voice
defiance.
later.
If this is the same as the Stanley Parable mod, but way more extraordinary, or maybe even longer, then I'm gonna love it. Bottom
I
line.
just realized something.
Yet there was not a single person
The
here
boardroom.
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Even taller building. Wait, what's it say on that board? Do not something in big bold print.
Do not what?
To the right of the the map. Thing.
Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. I'm gonna alter it.
Manager for a whiteboard.
Apparently.
Let's see the schedule. Maybe there is a no Stanley Day.
Can we pick stuff up? If we can pick stuff up, that's all I need. Because I think
Sorry,
I might be able to
correct.
erase the board.
No crowbar for you.
No. It's the fact that I think you can make things hover in front of you like objects.
It's like basically Shell without the portal gun.
A broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Grab that broom. For the duct tape. Grab the duct tape. We need the duct tape later.
Intricately, I need duct tape. It's how I survive.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
See?
Say
No
it longer.
reason
Say
to
it
still
longer.
be here.
He might react. He might get pissed off or something. That's the funny thing about the narrator.
Cross your claws.
It was baffling that
Cross into
Stanley was
viewers.
still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least
A
if there was
broom-
something
what-
to interact
what-
with,
what is
he'd
this?
be justified in
I've never
some way.
encountered one of
As it
these
is,
before.
he's literally
How
just standing there
intriguing.
doing sweet FA.
What is this object?
Are you really still in the broom closet?
I'm staring at a
touching the
broom.
broom.
Shut up.
Why?
I mean, what is this
Please
thing?
offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely
He's
confused.
contemplating the life of a broom.
The average life of a broom.
I love this. He actually reacts to the fact that I'm in the broom
You do
closet.
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no
I like how the
significance
only
to the
door that
story
opens is a
whatsoever.
broom closet.
I never
There's
would
a
have
whole
thought
lot of
to mention
dialogue
it.
to it.
I love these game creators already.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your
I
friends,
said the
you'll
broom
say,
closet for
"Oh,
roughly 10 minutes."
Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my
XD.
favorite. I hope your friends find this
XD.
concerning.
Oh.
Do you guys
got the
find
broom
it-
closet
You guys
ending.
are my friends, right?
Stanley was
Do you
fat
find-
and ugly and really,
Thank
really
you.
stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with
No, now he's insulting
Also,
poor
Stanley is
Stanley.
addicted to drugs
On the
and
bottom
hookers.
shelf, there's like a weird film.
He
thing. There's, like,
actually
the radio
said this in like another ending for Half-Life.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I died of a heart attack,
Got to
yes.
this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the
What keyboard?
Yes, I had a heart attack.
The responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to
He just like talks for hours and hours.
Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. He or
I wouldn't
she
be
has
surprised if
fallen
someone
prey
walked
to any
in.
number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative.
I like
of
how he's reacting to the
long-term
fact that I'm in a
sustainability of
broom
your
closet.
species. Please remove their corpse.
I don't
from the
give a
area
shit. You
and
continue the
instruct
store so
another
I can go
human
home.
to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Are you gonna react now? Alright, so- I'll be back for you. We'll have
hot, sexy broom sex.
hot, sexy broom sex. Why not? And you, be good to her. Her name is Broomy.
But doesn't he have a mop?
Later, bitches.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Don't be so sure.
Walk back into the broom closet.
You too? I'm of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I love that. You leave the broom closet and go back in, and he actually comments on that.
Just to spite him.
I'm just trying to piss him off and be an asshat.
Alright, let's go back to the commentary now.
Back in the closet. Out of the closet. Okay.
Okay, take a deep breath, dude.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The boss's office.
Walk downstairs, walk downstairs, walk downstairs. Bad Willie.
No.
Walk downstairs.
I wanna.
Downstairs.
Door's locked.
Downstairs.
Dude, we're getting like the follow the narrative ending first because that's the natural ending that everybody chooses.
Fine. I'm surprised you didn't get a broom closet. Oh, jeez.
Is this the boss's office? Executive bathroom. This must be the boss's office.
Keep opening it. Maybe something will happen.
Stanley
Dang it,
didn't realize this was the executive bathroom. He stared at the sign intricately when the narrator did not realize Stanley could not fucking read.
How was he
So
supposed
he
to do
thought
his
it
orders,
said
then?
boss's office and not executive bathroom.
He must be a blonde
Surprisingly,
chicken.
however, the boss had died of a heart attack, after dying of a stroke, after dying of trying to take a massive shit. He died like Elvis, dropping hunks of burning love.
And some other things involving
Trying-
giant.
Stanley's just trying to get into the executive bathroom. Boss, I need to see you! Open the damn door!
Maybe he's disguised as a blonde chick.
The boss is in there with lipstick on his face and he has like a blonde wig.
No, I'm talking about Stanley.
This must be the secretary's office. Does the secretary have her computer on? I was gonna punch the bitch.
She has 2 phones.
I cannot jump. These doors are locked. This is a chair. This is a very nice chair.
That would be nice to sit in.
Yeah, if you could just sit in a chair, who cares? Boss's office. It looks way more badass than the original boss's office.
Because it has windows.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
I noticed the
human
door is
life.
closed.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
I like how he just
But of course,
tells me that.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Now I'm gonna play along with this because he said, but of course Stanley couldn't have possibly known this. It must be a secret bookshelf.
I did great work with my
Find the red book. Everyone knows the red book is the
Pokemon. Wait a second.
Find the red book.
This is a
Stanley
lie.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying
Saturday
to
One
input
moment.
anything on the device was useless,
I am
since he could never
completely
possibly know
forgetting
that the combination was
But this
2845.
narration is
What
just
combination?
amazing.
I don't even see
It's
it.
not as if he could know.
Oh, there's the panel.
2845.
2845.
What is this? It's intentionally putting it out there for you to know.
1, 5, 8, 2, 3, 6, 5, 9.
Stanley simply
forget.
began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no,
Just put in the
no,
code.
this is what he was going to do instead.
5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 8, 4, 5. Oh! I discovered it!
Yay, now what do we do?
Completely
Oh, geez,
by
what happened to the windows?
random.
What happened to the windows?
I don't know. Activate it.
Wait.
The
The
fireplace. Of course. The butler must have used it as a secret escape hatch after murdering my invisible boss.
And also stealing the Batcave.
And he stole the Batcave. Brilliant. Must have been Alfred. Had to have been Alfred. Who else
The
could
hunt
it have
for
been?
Alfred begins. Episode 2. We shall start. Grab a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
There's an
Goes to the red dot.
elevator. Oh, a red button. This is very intricate.
It just says
I have
down.
never encountered one of these before. I am going to press it out of sheer curiosity. This is so cinematic. I love this. It's just surreal, you guys have got to admit.
Loading, 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 loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
He felt
It
a
was
bit
a stirring of
peculiar.
emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his
Question
job.
the nature of his job.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Getting orders from a guy who was actually just a computer hacker who hacked the government and killed everyone. Except for Stanley.
I didn't even hear your theory, so let's hear it again.
Maybe the guy he's getting orders from is a guy who hacked the government.
And
And
that means Stanley is a super weapon that doesn't know how to jump!
No, I was also thinking that he was going to an abandoned building, not knowing that anyone was even there.
So you're trying to say Stanley's lived here his whole life?
Stanley
he's been
walked
coming
straight
in, but he
ahead
hasn't
through the
known.
large door that read
Jeez, I wonder what
Mind
that
Control
place is.
Facility.
Mind control facility. Ooh.
Let's go in. It sounds safe.
Escape. Mind control facility. Escape.
Escape!
Mind controls. You think escape?
Yeah.
Fuck you, mind control facility.
Okay, fine, mind control facility.
I'm just gonna do what the narrator says and see what the ending turns out to be.
Fine.
And then the catwalk breaks! Oh man. Weird. But okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did
Dear
this
God, the
place
cable bill
hold?
must be up there.
Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Dude, this probably has like 28 different endings. Because this is way longer than the original Stanley Parable. Like, already, it's way more surreal, way more cinematic, and God, it's way more scientific than the original
The
mod.
cable bill must be immense.
Well, there's no one to pay the cable bill, so imagine how immense it's been after 48 years of not paying it or some shit. Like, how do we know there's never been anybody here, and Stanley just never left his office until he had to go take a piss or something?
And then even still, he didn't notice anyone.
Yeah. Because he
Lights.
walked straight
Lights.
straight to the executive bathroom.
Lights, camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
Oh,
their
jeez.
true nature revealed. Each bore the number
Apparently
of an
somebody got
entire
fired.
building. Stanley's co-workers.
Oh,
The
God.
lives of so many
My
individuals.
eyes.
Oh,
reduced to
God.
images on a screen, and Stanley.
This
one of
is a
them,
company of
eternally
stalkers.
monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Dude. Already, this got way more deep than the original Stanley Parable mod.
Still all the TVs.
Like, there was the same idea that the boss was controlling everybody, but he wasn't this surreal. Wait, can I find myself? 247?
He was like in the 400s.
427, right?
I think so.
Stanley found 427. Holy shit.
Oh, it even shows him who's fired.
427, that's me. There's my office. Apparently all the offices have different looks. Apparent reasons.
I want the office with a window.
Only 2 employees have ever been fired.
Maybe because they knew too much.
Or maybe it's because it was the past 2 Stanleys from the Stanley Parable mod. That means all of them are named Stanley!
Okay, wait. If it's no Stanley Day, then all of them have to kill each other.
Fuck! Let's get out of here.
Stanley's the only one who
This
survives.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I want freedom. I don't want to be a mind control slave.
No. He
get out of
refused
aperture.
to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
Don't you
in
feel like we're
someone
getting that
else's
kind of sense
control?
there?
Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Dude, this is beast already. Just look how surreal it is.
But here was the proof.
Hurry,
the
he's gonna
heart of
turn
the
on the power.
operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Dude.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
This is probably what it would
For
actually
he
look like if there
would
ever were such thing
dismantle
as a
the
mind control
controls
device.
once and for all.
Right now, the mind control status is offline.
There's obviously an ending where you turn it back on.
I can just push these emotion buttons. I want to go home. Home button. Home button. I bet if I push the power button, I reactivate it. But we're gonna do the ending where we obey the narrator.
Did you just save state?
Save state. Why?
No, just like it seems to jump from. Oh, I see. No, I see the power.
Oh, is it up there? Is it up there? Is it up there?
I just said you could just say head to facility power.
Let's explore around. This place is massively huge right now. 4.
Is someone there?
It's just a button that makes random noises. Oh my god, it's like the 8 game again. 8.
Except with 4.
8. Like seriously, you guys need to watch like the original one I did, and that was crazy.
Floor is red. Head to facility power.
Dude, this
There's
is
another
way
shut off
more.
there.
Dude, I'm gonna admit to you, this is way more surreal than the original thing I did. What is
Oh,
this?
look, a blue screen of death.
Console disable, and then we've got like other options.
I say the power button is.
Dude, there are so many more choices. No wonder it's like a full-on game. Mind control idle, awaiting input.
This does not look like a power facility.
Well, it says this monitor here. What does this do?
I say you have to interact with that one that was in that lone room. Oh, there's 2 in 1.
1, 2. Huh, pointless buttons. How nice.
Pointless button is pointless.
Door's locked. Okay, the mind control, the facility power. So that's how we shut the facility down. This is beast, honestly. I love this.
Let's go shut the facility down then.
I wonder what happens if I
There's more
head down
random
here.
buttons. You'd probably die of radiation poisoning.
I don't think so. This is the mind control device. How does it work? Alright, well, let's go to the panel and figure out what we need to do.
I'm getting so many lag spikes right now.
You are?
Yeah.
That sucks.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Should I hit off?
Yeah. Let's do it.
That was so freaking cinematic.
And then everyone died.
I shut the power off. It is dark as fuck. I can't see anything.
Narrator, say something. We need
Blackness.
something.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes.
Wait.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Oh my god.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other
This
mysteries
door
did this
open any
strange
slower?
building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even
Nature.
power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
That is beautiful.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing
All right,
worth
let's go.
knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Yep, I did.
It's not a door. No, it is. That looks like a painting.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon
This
his
is
skin.
more beautiful
The
than the
feeling
original.
of liberation, the immense possibility
Then he got hit by a
new
car.
path before him.
Look behind you. I wanna
This
see what
was
the building
exactly the
looks
way.
I can't.
Right now,
It's a
the
Why not?
things were
thing.
meant to happen,
This is a cutscene.
and Stanley was happy.
Well, that's the normal ending.
Now it's gonna take 5 hours to get the other endings.
Beat the game. Bullshit. There are still so many more endings. Trust me. See, the game
And then
starts
we
over.
start over. Alright.